We go for the super lates. 10 laps to go. Kevin Kosher on the pole, and we're racing. So keep an eye on the battle for 6. That's the last car to make the feature. Yellow is out. Bad start as Todd Oliver in 29 and Freddie Elkins in 28 get together. So this will give us a chance to put together our lineup for you. Here we come for the super lates. We're racing. Kevin Kosher has the lead in 85. Al Wittenberger in 12, running in second. Average, Shear is 5th. Fisher in 4, and 5 of Barnes together for the last feature spot. Here comes former Avilla track champion Todd Oliver. Wanted to be sure and run here tonight. And he's on the move. Whoa, Fred Norris gets crossed up on the backstretch. It's still Wittenberger in front, Fisher in second, Shear in third. Checkered flag for Al Wittenberger. So cross off. Red car wins on your bingo, and a rookie wins. As Al Wittenberger, a rookie in the super lates here, takes the win. So Wittenberger in 12. 4 of Fisher. Time here sets a new track record in 41. One car is missing from this group. I think it's Jasper Case, the Pink Panther, number 3. There we go, we're racing. Out front, Rich Mangus, 41 car. Bobby Smith running in second. Magnuson is third. Jackie Landis on the move, car number 10 up to the number 3 position. Landis only has run here a couple of times this year, former track champion. As he works to the outside groove of Bobby Smith for second. Also moving up, Tommy Wetmore in the 7 car, the red 7. Couple of Fords, couple of 7s side by side. The only 2 super late model Fords in the area were side by side momentarily there for 4th. Jackie Landis is now your leader. 10, or second rather, in 10. Off to the infield goes Arnold in 78. Now Landis to the outside of Rich Mangus. Here comes Tommy Wetmore in the red 7. Working the outside of 42, Bobby Smith. for third. Now Landis down to the inside, side by side down the backside. And Jackie Landis has the lead. Here comes Wetmore right behind him. So it's Landis. Wetmore now squeezes into second. 2 to go from Billy Cunningham. Whoa! We have a spin on the front straightaway as Rich Mangus, Bobby Smith get together. The yellow comes out with just 2 laps remaining. Fortunately for these guys, that doesn't affect the starting lineup for our feature tonight, as these 10 are locked in by their qualifying time. We've taped every race for TV. So be sure and tune in Saturday nights at 6 on Comcast Cable Channel 10. Here we go for the start, the restart, and we're racing. And a bad start as some cars were moving up before the green came out. 2 laps remaining in the 10-lap super late model heat race. Well, we'll try again. 2 to go. Jackie Landis brings him around. We're racing. Trouble on the backstretch. Spin by Brent Jack. And the yellow comes out again. Track record holder Brent Jack loops it on the backstretch. Well, as you know, of course, this the final, unless something major happens, the final Saturday night race guy did with Crosley Field years ago down in Cincinnati. Bought a lot of the deal and reconstructed it in his backyard. That really upset the neighbors. There's the green. We're racing. White flag is out, 1 to go. Number 10 car of Jackie Landis holding on. Here comes Wetmore. Landis wins it. So a good warm-up for the 50-lapper tonight. Jackie Landis takes the win. A blue car wins on your Pepsi Bingo as Jack Landis, a former track champion here, takes the win. Point number 90, Brian Barkas outside in 53. Top 3 make the feature, starting 11th, 13th, and 15th. Bad start as Larry Weissman gets all crossed up. Also number 50, George Cummings. And the yellow flag comes out as we didn't get him started. Yellow flag comes out.
And it's interesting to see that progression. Well, I think they're about to get underway here, Jim.
Okay, thank you, Don. That's true. The guys have been moving up the ladders. Here we go for the start, and we're racing. Lost 1 car, I believe, and 2 cars in that one. So again, the top 3 will make it. Number 0, Marv Hoover, out of it, and Larry Wiseman in 7, but they'll get another chance in the last chance race if they can fix the car. Terry Morrison in front. So it's Morrison. Terry Fisher is driving the 88 car, normally driven by Tommy Martin. And then Mike Salisbury is 3rd in 74. So Fisher driving for Martin tonight to the outside. Terry doing double duty tonight. He'll have 2 50-lappers to run if he holds on, as he made it out of the super lates in qualifying. And it's still Martin, Salisbury, and that battle for 3rd is now George Cummings, the last feature spot, car number 50. Once again diving to the inside, 74, Mike Salisbury. Jimmy Benson, car number 1, runs in 4th place, the track record holder at the Angola Motor Speedway. At least the last time I checked, that car held the track record up there, and he's losing a hood. Can't see too good with that up, let alone aerodynamics. So Jimmy Benson trying to hang on, looking out the left side. Of course, the driver's net there. He can't stick his head out the side. Salisbury challenges now to the inside 74. Mike Salisbury, former street stock champion here at Avilla, and moving up to third is Jimmy Benson. Jimmy Benson gets third with the hood up. He's a half of a racetrack behind that lead battle. Side by side, 1 lap to go. Salisbury to the inside. Outside is Terry Fisher. It's going to be a close one. Off the corner they come. Salisbury is the winner. Fisher is second, and Jimmy Benson hangs on for third place despite the hood flapping in the air. I don't know how he could see. Maybe he was looking through the hole in the hood for the air cleaner. First of all, here to start 12th, 14th, and 16th. Tim George on the pole in 45. Here they come around for the green. Mick Elkins outside in 7, and we're racing. Scott Weibel in 82, Tim Simon in 71, Nick Gorel in 19, Tony Barkas in 50. As your leader is Tim George. Larry Henderson, 42. Bill Nicodemus, 74. Ed Santora Jr. in 5. As the top 3 make the feature. And out front is Scott Weibel. Weibel almost finds the wall. He's still loose going into turn 1. Scott Weibel holds on to that lead. Again, the top 3 make the feature. And moving into third and pushing Tim George back a spot is 42 Henderson. Whoa, a spin at the back of the pack for 7 Mick Elkins. Yellow is out for Mick Elkins. Whoops, Weibel spinning in turn 1, backs it into the steel. And there goes Tony Barkas. Whoa, look out as Santora almost found him. And the caution's back out again. Four laps in, 6 to go. Final qualifying heat for the sportsman. There's the green. Battles on for second and third. 3 wide going into turn 3. Ed Santora from the back of the pack is now third and 5. It's like Nicodemus losing a right rear. He spins around, is collected by Tim George, and he runs into the, or gets hit by 82 Weibel, and that brings out another yellow. And here we go for the restart again. We're racing. 5 down, 5 to go. It's Santora moving up on the inside. Nick Gorel seems to be slowing a bit. Tony Barkas putting on the pressure for the final feature spot. Ooh, Barkas with a little love tap there on the back bumper of Nick Gorel, number 19. I think Gorel's car is giving him a little trouble here. Barkas to the outside. And Barkas dirt tracking it in turn one. They're side by side for the final feature spot. Tony Barkas is third with 1 to go. So it looks like Henderson's going to take the win. Larry Henderson takes the checkered flag. Ed Santora Jr. second, Tony Barkas is third. Cross off a black car wins on your Pepsi bingo, and those three drivers, Henderson in 42, 5 of Santora. Fast time tonight, Roger Saylor in car number 8. Bud Adams out front in the pro strip, number 28. Ron Stein runs second. Right behind him, Scott Elzy in 69. Jim Lambert, the point champion, running in 5th. Started 7th. Here comes Al High working the outside group, and Lambert gets underneath. Lambert and High finished 1-2 in points, and they're still battling it out for 4th. And it looks like Lambert and Elzy are hooked together. And they had their bumpers hooked, or the sheet metal hooked together. I think Lambert got up underneath the open rear end there on Elzy's car. And that when Lambert tried to shake free there, it just spun Elzy around the opposite direction. So kind of a freed accident there as Scott Elzy in 69, Al High in 4, 81 Tim Sutherland, and 33 Jim Lambert. 4-car accident on your bingo. Cross that one off. 4-car accident on your Pepsi bingo. All right, ready for the restart. Fast heat of the Sportsman. Bud Adams, Ron Stein. Bring him down for the start. We're racing again. Greg Early to the inside in 44. Early to the inside of Stein, and Greg Early up to second. Former track record holder here, Greg Early. From South Bend up to second. Kevin Frazier now running in 3rd and 5. And Roger Saylor, who hasn't raced here at all this year, up to 4th and 8. And early to the inside at the finish. It's Adams, the winner, early second. Frazier is third. And fourth goes to Roger Saylor. So a silver car wins on your bingo. As the Pro Strip car, the sponsor of tonight's activities with the LZ Zone to help out homeless veterans. 10 laps to go. Steinbacher brings the field down. We're racing. Schieber spins and keeps going, but gets stopped on the backstretch along with Goebel in 77. They might be hooked together. Caution. By the way, fans, the concession stands, plenty. Green flag is out and Tony Neuenswander has the lead. Tony Neuenswander out front. Tony Neuenswander, rookie driver up from the go-kart ranks, running very competitive out front. The best we've seen him run a modified. Seen him win a few go-kart races. Jeff Snyder spins in the back of the pack in 70, and that brings out the caution. Jeff Snyder, number 70. Didn't want to keep her moving in time, and the caution comes out. Specializing at Delta Faucets, Trinity Home Center in New Haven. Here we go for the restart. Modified qualifying heat. We're racing. And John Rainey got together with Terry Barnhart. One lap to go for Tony Neuenswander. To the outside comes Roger Miracle. Neuenswander trying to win his first race. He does it. So on Avilla's final night for Saturday night racing, Tony Neuenswander, who plans to run his go-kart here on the Saturday afternoon races, wins his first modified race. And I know Tony's worked really hard to try to get this deal figured out. Quite a big step up from the go-karts. Tony Neuenswander, the winner, also making the feature 4S Roger Miracle and 1 John Rainey. Let's hear it for Tony Neuenswander. And a white car wins on your Pepsi bingo. Already had a rookie wins. All right, ready for the start again. Green flag. They get together in the back. We got them hooked together. 85 Bufink and 98 Coe hooked together on the front straightaway. And that brings out a caution. Again, PTS will come over with a bucket of water, and all right, 88 car of Ken Whiteman of Kewanee, Indiana, brings the field down. We're racing. Oh, look out on the front straightaway as Jason Deesh, the rookie at number 7, got sideways, and another rookie, number 82 of Glen Cove, flew through the air. To show you how sturdy these cars are, he drives it away. Heavy damage also stopped over there is number 44 Brubaker and 61 Springer, and the red flag comes out. The red flag comes out. And the green flag waves with 4 to go. 6 to go, excuse me. Rob Hicks to the infield in 70. It's still Mike Bufink and Coe second. Glenn Coe. The Coe family are 3 out of the top 5 spots. Glenn Coe to the inside of Mike Bufink. Scott Moyer runs in 3rd. Now we have Rick Coe into the steel in turn 1. He keeps moving. And now pulls into the pits, yellow. I'll tell you what, we're going to have to distribute it. Hot battle for the final feature spot. Up to 2nd place now goes Scott Moyer. Mike Bufink hanging in there. Here they come. And Bufink gets 3rd. So it's Glenn Coe in 82, 53 of Scott Moyer and 85 of Mike Bufink making the feature out of that one. Whoa, there's a big spin by Robert Johnson, and he keeps her at least straightened up in a hurry. A lot of rubber up in smoke. For everybody, I don't know if they're ready to hand them out yet, but we'll tell you where to get them here after this race. There's the green, we're racing. Jumping out front, Everett Janes in 4. Johnson second, third is Thomas. Four laps in this time, 6 to go for Everett Janes. So it's still Janes in front. Here comes the challenge for second now. Thomas to the outside. 5 in, 5 to go. It's Janes. Thomas is now second. Robert Johnson dropping back in 22 as Johnny Gatton comes up to third. Tom Parrott to the outside, looking for fourth. Number 26 on the move. Second-year modified driver. Having a good season. Really charging up there is the 21 car of Phil Thomas. Roger Terlowski's backup car, the new one, running really fast tonight. Again, I talked to Phil before the races. He said Roger's about ready to take it over, as it's getting faster than Rogers. There's the white flag. Here comes Thomas down to the inside. Janes holds on. Also coming up the 89 car of Gatton, side by side to the line. Everett Janes is the winner. So a yellow car wins on your Pepsi bingo, as Everett Janes takes the checkered flag just ahead of Phil Thomas. 13 is Mike Pitzer. Jerry Goebel in 77. 44 is Mark Levine. Scott Landers in 19. The blue and black 44, Tracy Lear. Ed Spangler 15. George Hansbaugh 41. Is not out there. Yeah, he's out there. That's a little six-cylinder. Greg Stebbins in 13 out back. The top three make the feature out of this. The rest will have to run, which could be the wildest race of the night, the last chance. It's number 13, Mike Pitzer in front. Moving up to second now is Levine in 44. That's the yellow and green or black 44? Green. Moving up is Fabitz in 84 and Lear in 44. Out in turn one, hard into the wall, the 45 car of Blankenship hits the wall a ton in turn one, and that brings out the caution. Back for the restart of the first qualifying heat for the stock cars, and we're racing. 44, Levine still the leader. Tracy Lear in 44 is up to 4th as he tries to move up one more spot to make the feature. 2 to go. White flag for your leader, Levine, in the yellow 44. So it's going to be Levine, your winner. Mark Levine, look out in the infield as Lear and Goebel get together. It's Levine in 44, 13 of Pitzer, and 84 of Fabitz that make the feature. There's the green, and we're racing. Lightning Lenny Logan spins to the infield, so in the yellow is out. Let's see, they race right under a flashing yellow light. Let's see who's watching. Alan Mock's not watching in 98. He's still not watching. We're going to try it again with Alan Mock on the point. And green flag, we're racing up the middle, comes Ed Eldridge. Three wide for second, going into turn 3. Tim Howard is now second in 95. On the backstretch. Boy, I'll tell you what, we're driving, a few of these guys are driving like it's 100,000 to win tonight, and it sure isn't. Campbell in 16. The 3 cars that would make the feature out of this if it stays this way, and there's the green. One lap in, 9 to go for Eldridge and the rest. Here comes Campbell, tried the outside of Tim Howard. Lightning Lenny Logan to the outside. Howard, a bad push up high toward the wall. And back into, way back now to about 5th, 6th place for Tim Howard. Ed Eldridge in front. Ed Eldridge gets into a lap car, takes out the leader. Jason McComb in car number 41 got into Eldridge. 2 to go, and the battle is for third between 74 Schatzer and 88 Randall. White flag, 1 to go. So the win will go to Kurt Campbell, car number 16. So Campbell, Logan, and Schatzer make the feature out of that one. Cross off a green card. They'll have a big party with the large screen, food and drink specials. That's tomorrow, North Star Bar and Grill on East State. Here we go for the fast heat for the stock cars. And green flag is out, we're racing. John Oliver in 36 on the point. Mark Smith outside of him in 42. Jordan in 21. Weisenauer in 44. Jordan in the 21 car working on the outside. A lot of smoke out of 53, Brian Lindsay, and he almost spins around. Look for a black flag on Lindsay. This time by. Yellow is out. Back under green and Mark Smith in the Smith & Buckland 42 out front. The right back with him there, the 36 car of Oliver. First time at Avilla for Oliver, running strong. He's second. A lot of these guys in this stock car division getting ready for the fall series. Some of the out-of-towners, no other tracks in the area will be open. So Oliver, one of those guys here getting ready for that. Roy Barraquillo trying to get around Jordan for second. 10 on the inside, Barraquillo. Jordan in his new body on the car, number 21, not time to paint it yet. It's still Mark Smith in front, Rick Jordan second, Roy Barraquillo third, Bud Adams fourth, and Jeff Doherty fifth. Top five right together in a preview of the 50-lapper. 1 lap to go. So Mark Smith trying to hold on. Bud Adams coming up to the outside. Mark Smith, your winner. Ooh, Adams got by in third there. A close call on the front stretch. Nothing new on your bingo. Already had a white car wins. Bud Adams take the checkered, or rather, Mark Smith takes the checkered flag. We said Bud Adams so many times this year. Oh, look at this. Well, what happened there? 4 make the feature. It's Tommy Cook in front. Freddie Elkins trying to get the top spot away from Tommy Cook in 6. They're both in the feature, so they should be careful. Todd Oliver runs 3rd. Kenny Barnes would be the last car to make the 50-lapper. One lap to go, and the top 4 remain stationary in position. Freddie Elkins backing off a bit, going to take it easy and get in the feature with no problem. So Tommy Cook wins the Super Late Model Last Chance race. He will start 17th in the feature. Second place is number 28. 10 laps to go. The top 4 make it. There's the green, we're racing. Nick Gorel to the outside, number 19 has the lead. He had a, whoa, he almost lost it at turn 3, and Nicodemus gets back on the inside. Gorel had a feature spot all locked up in the heat race, but remember the car got loose on him late in the going. It looks like it's a little loose now as he tries to make a top 4 finish. It's still Nicodemus, Gorel, Hoover, and Wiseman, your top 4. Mike Simon at 71 tries to get inside. Battle is for 4th place in turn 3 as 71 Simon trying to move up on the 7 Wiseman. Two to go for Bill Nicodemus. Nicodemus wins it in 74. So Bill Nicodemus is your winner. Cross off a blue, or rather we already had a blue car win, but he is the pole car. So the pole car wins on your Pepsi Bingo. The race 7 Al Goebel, R88 Kem Whiteman, 6 Jim Schieber, 21 of Steinbacher, and we're racing. Out front is Scott Coe in 28. It's still Scott Coe, Joe Wormcastle, Terry Barnhart, and Jeff Snyder, your top 4. Rob Brubaker putting the pressure on Snyder for the final feature spot. And here comes Jason Deesh down to the inside. The rookie Deesh at number 7, trying to move around Brubaker and Snyder for the final feature spot. And Deesh has moved into 5th. He needs to move up one more, and this is the white flag, 1 to go. Checkered flag for Scott Coe. There's the checkered flag, fans, and I erred. In this class, we start 22 because that's what we start every week, and we didn't want to shorten the field down any. So we're going to start 22. So the top 6 made it out of this. That'll be Scott Coe in 28, your winner. Joe Wormcastle, 96, second. Terry Barnhart, 3rd in 39. 4th is number 70 of Jeff Snyder. Jason Deesh in 7 is 5th. And Brian Lomaw, coming off the 4th corner, made the 6th place pass. So we told him that at the drivers meeting down there, but I forgot that we're running. Last chance, top 4 in the stock cars, 10 to go. Straight up start, there's the green, we're racing. Tracy Lear has the lead in 44. It's Lear and Spa, Eldridge and Spangler, the top 4. They make the feature if they can hang on. Bill Randall in 88 needs to move up one spot, and he's trying to do it. Bill Randall looking to the inside. The 88 car on the move. It's still Lear and Spa, 1-2. Closing in, now here comes 88 to the inside of Randall. That's the final feature spot. They're side by side for fourth. Randall has fourth, and now he's going for third. Oh, don't let up now. Rick Grubb tried to save it, lost it. He was closing on the leaders. Trying to get in the feature. He's about done now unless they get a caution. 4 to go for Lear. Eddie Eldridge works the outside, tried to move up and almost lost a spot. The man on the hot seat now is Bill Randall. Randall in 88, pressured by Spangler. Two laps to go for Tracy Lear. And again, Ed Spangler, 15 car, trying to move up a spot to make the feature. Well, we thought this would be a wild one. It's been clean so far. 1 to go. Spangler to the inside for that final feature spot. 88 and 15 battle for the final spot. They rub paint and they both get sideways. Here comes 77 Goebel. He beats both of them. I think Goebel and 77 got him. They got banging on each other so hard they took each other out. Rerun the tape, Jack. Rerun the tape. We've got varying a pitch. 3, 2, 1. It's a cold night at Avilla Motor Speedway as we get ready to go with the final Saturday night ever, unless something major happens with the facility at Avilla Motor Speedway. The super late models are coming on the track now for the first of 4 50-lap features to make up the 3rd annual Hoosier 200. I'm Jim Amstutz, and through the facilities of Jack's videotaping service, we're ready to go with some short tracking from Avilla Motor Speedway. So the cars, after a brief hot lap session, are in order behind the FJ Fida Construction pace car, and we're ready to go for 50 laps of green flag racing. Caution laps will not count toward the total of 50. On the pole, Rich Mangus of Niles, Michigan at 41. Outside of him, Kirk Magnuson of Albion. Bobby Smith in 42 of Fort Wayne, and number 10, Jackie Landis of Angola. Third row is number 3, Jasper Case, and number 7, Tom Wetmore. Fourth row, 81, Terry Fisher, the track champion for Fort Wayne. Scott Stovall from Fort Wayne in 14. The rest of the field behind him, including new track record holder Brent Jack at 41, and we're racing. 50 laps to go, 20-car field, the fastest 10 inverted up front, so 41, the track record holder Brent Jack. Surprise fast time tonight, starting in 10. So it's 7 out front now. Kirk Magnuson, the Ford, gets the jump on the outside. Jackie Landis in the blue 10 moving up high. Bobby Smith, the point runner up here at Avilla in 42, runs in the number 2 spot, or in the number 3 spot where they're battling with Jackie Landis. Tom Wetmore, first time at Avilla this year, moving up on the outside in this red number 7. That's the other Ford car in the field as he follows Jackie Landis in the outside group working toward the front. The cool air tonight, a lightning fast track. 2 track records broken in qualifications. And it's still Magnuson in front. Close call there in the battle for second, as Rich Mangus in 41 drifted high and almost took out Landis. 5 laps in, 45 to go. There's Terry Fisher in 81 there going out of your picture. There's second place, 41 Magnus. Third is 10 Landis. Landis, a former champion here, only ran a couple of races here this year as he's been running up at the Angola track nearer his home. The 1 year that track was closed, he ran here and he was the champion. There's Bobby Smith running in fourth, battling with number 7, Tom Wetmore. His first time at Avilla this year, he was the point runner-up at Bearfield. And right behind him, the guy who beat him by just a few points at Bearfield, Scott Stovall in the white car just coming into the picture. He started, 2, 4, 6, 8th on the field. Kirk Magnuson is checked out from this pack. There's second place, Rich Mangus of Niles, Michigan. He is about a straightaway behind the leader, Kirk Magnuson, who's already moving into lap traffic. Big freight train down the backstretch. 2nd through 10th in a train. Here comes Landis again to the outside of Rich Mangus, who holds on to the position. Mangus holding the guys up a bit, but he's racing for position. Now Tommy Wetmore pulling to the inside. Last Saturday, Wetmore raced at Anderson Speedway, their big Junkyard 100 high-paying race, and finished in the top 5. Now again, Landis works the outside of Mangus. Mangus's car seems to work right in the middle of the racetrack, so the guy's not able to get by him on the inside or the outside. Not leaving much racing room. They are closing a little bit on Magnuson, the leader. 15 laps in, 35 remaining. And again, Landis got the nose up there. Some contact between Mangus and Landis. Now Landis has a good run. He's alongside Mangus. Jackie Landis side by side with Rich Mangus, and Landis is now second. Landis second. Mangus tries to get back underneath. Landis holds the position. Landis second on lap 17. Mangus back to third. Scott Stovall and Tom Wetmore side by side for fourth. Whoa, Mangus! Close call in the infield as Rich Mangus slides to the infield, almost picked off a couple of people. Meanwhile, Jackie Landis is closing in on the leader. Jackie Landis right behind first place, Kirk Magnuson. Landis down to the inside now, challenging for the lead. Jackie Landis has the lead through turns 3 and 4 on lap number 22. Jack Landis, the leader, with 22 laps in. And Tommy Wetmore now closing in on second place, Kirk Magnuson. Scott Stovall running in fourth as the top 4 right together on the racetrack, although Landis pulling away just a little bit. Landis's car doesn't want to work in the bottom groove. It tends to drift high. And the yellow flag waves for the first time for a multi-car problem in turn 1. Jason Shear in 23, Craig Everidge in 27, and one other car that kept moving got together down in turn 1. That brings out the caution with 23 laps complete. The back of the field are the 3 cars involved of 23 Shear, 5 Barnes, and 27 Everidge. They'll restart out back with 23 laps in and 27 to go in the 50-lapper of the Hoosier 200. The super late portion, green flag is out, we're racing. Landis opens it up on the restart. But still, the two Fords, only two Fords in this class, both ironically number 7. On the outside is the Miller Ford there of Kirk Magnuson. On the inside, the Summit City K105 Ford of Tommy Wetmore. And they're putting on a heck of a battle for second place. Back and forth, the track's top feature winner this year, Scotty Stovall. He has 6 feature wins, not a factor in the championship here, as he didn't race every week, but he did win the title at Bearfield. Now, Wetmore is up to second, 28 laps in. So it's Wetmore. Now Stovall moves into third around Kirk Magnuson, the early leader. Jasper Case lurking back in 5th, and right behind him in 6th is champion Terry Fisher. Won his 4th Avilla title last week. 20 to go. Jasper Case trying to take over 4th spot from Kirk Magnuson. Case in the Chevrolet Monte Carlo. New body style, dives to the inside. He was the track champion here last year. 1 feature win this year and loads of trouble. He missed a couple of nights due to car problems. No championship this year, but competitive one he was able to run. He had him by a nose at the line that time. Now Case is up to 4th place. So the rundown at 33 laps, Jackie Landis, Tom Wetmore, Scott Stovall, Jasper Case, Kirk Magnuson, Terry Fisher. That's your top 6. Yellow flag is out. We have Jasper Case into the wall in turn number 4. Joining him over there is the track record holder Brent Jack in 41, as Case big time into the water barrels and tire guardrail. It looks like Jasper had a motor let go, and kaboom! It got on the wheel of the tires, and he had no control, as did Brent Jack. Now on Jack's video, Comcast Cable Channel 10. And we just see Jasper Case back into the wall hard. And he fortunately found the tire barriers and the water barrel and did not hit the hard concrete guardrail. After a lengthy cleanup, Jasper Case's car off the wall. He is out of the race, 32 laps in. 41 Brent Jack starting out back. He was involved over there. There's the green. We're back at it. 50-lap feature, Hoosier 200. Final Saturday night at Avilla. Unless somebody with a big bag of money comes along and buys a place that keeps it as a racetrack, this is it. 33 laps in, it's Jackie Landis out front, almost losing it. Slipped out of the groove was number 7, the second place car, Tom Wetmore. A lot of oil dry put down. It looks like the tires just lost their grip. As Wetmore went through the oil dry, again he jumps up high. That oil dry will get on these hot tires, just be like driving on gravel. Scott Stovall almost got around him for second. 15 laps to go. Jackie Landis, Tom Wetmore, Scott Stovall. Early leader Kirk Magnuson, track champion Terry Fisher rounds out the top 5. Kyle Arnold in the 78 car, the primer gray car, driver out of Michigan at Avilla for his first time. He was the second quickest qualifier, and he is up to 6th place. Started 8th, so he's picked at 9th, rather, picked up 3 spots. Whoa, Stovall and Wetmore get together. Stovall says hello to him again. Here comes Stovall to the inside. Notice a little crease there on the fender of Wetmore and a little bump there on the nose of Stovall's as they got together. Everybody wants to win that last race at Avilla, and this is the last time the late models will go at it. 10 laps to go. Billy Cunningham, the flagman, gives them the signal. They're not too far behind Jackie Landis. Stovall probably feels if he can get around, he could get up to the front. But he's running out of laps. 9 to go. Again, Stovall to the inside. He has to get offline, so actually has to slow down a little bit to get to the inside. 8 to go. Now Stovall with a big opening. But Wetmore comes high off the first turn, keeps the RPMs up. That's the one advantage of running a little higher. Now Stovall has backed off a little bit, might have heated the tires up. Looks like he's making a run again. 6 to go. Five-lap signal from the flagman for Landis, Wetmore, and Stovall. Four to go for Jack Landis. He ran here once this year at a top 5. Had a top 5 on the night of the Brickyard 400 when about everybody was rained out but here and Indy. So Landis made the return trip to Avilla, didn't win it. Ooh, trouble on the front stretch. Couple of cars running in back, racing for last. It's 2 laps to go now for Jackie Landis. And Wetmore has closed in a little bit and Stovall has dropped back. A lot of abuse on the tires. This race longer than normal. Usually they run 20 to 25 laps. So Jackie Landis feeling the heat here on the final circuit. Lap car ahead. Shouldn't be in trouble. Landis wins it. Wetmore second. Stovall is third. Race for fourth is Magnuson over Fisher. Fourth and fifth. So Jackie Landis, originally from Angola, now living in Eden, Ohio, takes the win, his first of the year at Avilla, as he wins what apparently will be the last super late model race at Avilla Motor Speedway. Jackie Landis, former track champion. Ever, as he had a heck of a year here back in 1992 when he won the track championship. Held the track record for a while. Let's hear it for Jackie Landis. We're rolling, Jack. We're rolling. Next up on the Hoosier 200, the 50-lap Sportsman feature. The white flag is out, and we're ready to start it. On the pole is Scott Elzy in number 69. Outside of him, Bud Adams in 28. Adams with 25 feature wins between here and Bearfield. Tim Sutherland in 81 and Ron Stein in 3. Al High in 4. Kevin Frazier won here last week, first time ever in 5. The rest of a very competitive field behind, and we're racing. 50 laps to go, the second leg of the third annual Hoosier 200. And Bud Adams jumps out front in car number 28. Goral in 19, Nicodemus in 74 got together on the front stretch, but that doesn't stop the race. Now it does. The yellow is out. Yellow flag waves for something on the racetrack. So the caution comes out. Ready for the restart now, 2 laps in. Sportsman 50-lapper, Bud Adams on the point. Green flag is out and we're racing. Bud Adams' car sounds very distinct from the rest of the field as they have that geared a little taller, turning the motor a little harder. See if it'll last the 50 laps. That car's been fast all year long. Bud Adams out front. Scott Elzy in 69 runs second. Ron Stein in third. We have Greg Early, third quickest qualifier, spinning over in turn 2. He coasts off the track. The racetrack stays green. The race stays on. So a tough break for one of the favorites to win this one, Greg Early. Former track record holder from South Bend out of the race. Tony Bark is slowing down here on the front stretch. 5 laps in and still Bud Adams. So Greg Early gets a break on this, but he loses a lap. 5 laps in, ready for the restart. Bud Adams brings him around. He's led since the start. There's the green, we're racing. Choo-choo train formation. This is the longest race of the year for these cars. 50 laps. So it'll be interesting to see how the guys do, let alone the race cars. See if the drivers can hang on for that long. It's Bud Adams in front. But here comes Ron Stein, and he is also being challenged there by the 69 car of Scott Elzy. That car's not pretty, but it's fast. That's not his usual ride. A borrowed car for Scott, one of the top drivers up at South Bend. Was a rookie of the year here at Avilla a few years ago. Ron Stein, number 3, finished third in a very close point race this year. He's up to second and now challenging Bud Adams for the win, for the lead with 10 laps. Ten laps in, a long 40 to go, and Ron Stein is now the leader. Ron Stein out front. Jimmy Lambert moving up on the outside of Kevin Frazier there. Lambert is now running in 6th. Side by side with Jim Lambert battling for 5th. They battled for the point championship, and Tim Sutherland in 81 running in 4th gets the black flag as a lot of smoke coming out of the race car. Still Ron Stein in front. Scott Elzy still trying to get around Bud Adams, but this time it's for second. Still Ronnie Stein opening up a big lead. Whoa, we got a spin in turn 4. A couple of cars looping it, 3 cars looping it. And we have a yellow up here in the tower almost as well, as car number 42, Henderson, spun around along with 50, Barkus, and 74, Bill Nicodemus. Ready for the restart. The green is out. We're racing. 18 laps in the books. Ron Stein, Bud Adams, Scott Elzy, Al High, Jim Lambert, the top 5. Picked up a lot of out-of-town cars for this one, as most of the tracks closed. A lot of guys wanting to get a run at Avilla, but the locals are really holding their own in this one. Landis won the super late feature. He's an out-of-towner, but right now the locals running 1, 2, 4, and 5. Scott Elzy, who runs here occasionally, guess we could call him an out-of-towner. Guy that's really impressive tonight's that black car right there, number 8, Roger Saylor. He won the Bearfield Championship, has not run here all year. Almost had a problem there at the back of the pack. In the meantime, Saylor come out tonight. First time on the track this year, as they don't have the Wednesday night practice anymore. And he set fast time. First time on the track this year. But he's kind of stuck back behind some guys right now, running in 7th place. And getting challenged from Derek Hoffman and Mike Salisbury there in 74. Challenge up front now on Bud Adams, closing in on Ron Stein. Stein got around him pretty easy. Don't know if Stein was just taking it easy or slipped a bit. Halfway mark this time for Ron Stein, Bud Adams, and the rest of the field. Greg Early moving up in the back of the pack in 44, a lap down to the field. He needs to pass them all twice to win this one. 3rd quickest qualifier. He was here, he's been here the last 3 weeks, counting tonight. Was fast time 2 weeks ago, last week, 3rd quick tonight. But that spin cost him a lap. Roger Saylor moved up a spot. He is now 6th. Saylor is now 6th in car number 8. He and car owner Brian Sumter decided they were going to do their best to win the Bearfield title. Did not race at Avilla. Many of the guys race at both tracks. And it worked. He won it. First championship ever, and he'd been out of racing for several years. And a challenge for the lead now. Ron Stein slows down. 30 laps in this time, and the new leader, Bud Adams, maybe a blown tire on Ron Stein. Something went away on car number 3. So Bud Adams is now your leader, and moving up quick is Roger Saylor. Saylor gets around Lambert for 4th as he's moved up 2 spots, actually 3 with the dropout of Stein in the last couple of laps. So Roger Saylor on the move. Boy, anybody could win this sportsman race. And here comes Scott Elzy down to the inside of Bud Adams. Elzy in the 69 car, a borrowed car. Challenger for the lead, Al High right behind him along with Saylor and Lambert. So it's Adams in front, and now he pulls away. For a while there he was being challenged, but now he's moving it, open it up. He's got to be careful. Of course, we have the quarter-second rule here, and they've got a clock on him every lap. But so far, Adams holds that lead. Boy, that car has some straightaway speed. As he gets off the corner in a hurry, but in the turns, LZ closes in. Roger Saylor tries to move around Al High. Lambert fifth. Sixth, Frazier. Seventh, Mike Salisbury. Boy, quite a train of cars together here with just 11 laps to go. The top 10 at least right together on the racetrack in a train. And now Roger Saylor gets a run on Al High. They get together battling for third off turn 4. 10 laps to go. High gets the position back. Well, all of a sudden, Bud Adams is checked out. And a big spin in turn 1. Everybody keeps moving except for Early. And under the rules here, they'll all get their positions back as they never stopped. It's 22 Hoffman and 5 Centura involved over there, along with 44 Early. Not a good night for Greg Early, who had worked his way from the back of the pack, still a lap down, and nearly caught the field. On the restart with 9 laps to go, Roger Saylor puts the pressure on Al High. The second place car, Scott Elzy, dropped out under the caution, came back, but he's out again. So that might open it up, as it seemed like the guys were having a tough time getting around him. Just a little too quick, but those faster cars now able to work through the field. And it's Al High running in second. Right behind him is Roger Saylor, Jim Lambert, Kevin Frazier, the top 5. Well, there's a guy, Kevin Frazier. Well, we'll talk about him in a moment. We still have a battle up front. Kevin Frazier back at number 5, won his first ever feature last week. He raced her 2-3 races about 3 years ago, injured badly, broke a leg badly on a backstretch accident. Now we have the battle up front again. Came out this year, technically still a rookie. The car was all over the racetrack the first few weeks, and he is one of the best right now. Won the feature last week, almost won one at Bearfield near the end of the year. He's right up there with the veterans, battling for the lead right now. 4 laps to go this time, and Saylor again tries the outside. This time, Saylor uses the outside. He's been working the inside. Boy, he should have tried that a while ago, because look at him go. Roger Saylor up to second. Boy, if he wins this, this will be a story. The Bearfield champion, first time at Avilla. 3 to go. He has the lead. Now Adams tries to get him back, but Saylor holds on the backstretch. 2-lap signal from flagman Billy Cunningham, this time for Roger Saylor. When I saw him come in the track tonight, I told him, did you make a wrong turn? He said that old hauler didn't want to come up this way. Said something's wrong here. We don't go this way. But he's out front now. 1 lap to go for Roger Saylor. Roger Saylor takes the win. Car number 8. Adams is second. High is third. Lambert fourth. And 5th place goes to Kevin Frazier. So a very interesting story is Roger Saylor, who at the start of the year, if anybody would have said he'd win the title, would have been surprised because he'd been out of it for several years. They dedicated themselves to running Bearfield only so they could win the championship there. They did. With the Bearfield season over, he decides to come to the last race at Avilla, and how about it? He wins the feature. Had no practice on the track this year until tonight, as they don't have the weekly practice anymore here late in the season, and Roger Saylor is the winner. Roger started in 10th as the fast qualifier passes them all that he had to pass. Let's hear it for Roger Saylor. Roger said the hauler didn't want to come here. He had to tell it where to go, and he's glad he did. Takes the win. And there's the trophy to commemorate the final race at Avilla for the sportsman. 8th place got the $100 bonus from Pro Strip. And that was Ed Santora Jr. in number 5, who had all sorts of trouble tonight in practice and didn't get to qualify. Had to make it through the last, no, he made it through a heat race. And he gets the $100 bonus. That'll come in handy. Hold on a minute, Jack. We got one more coming out. Ready to go for the 3rd segment of the Hoosier 200, the Napa IMSS Modified 50-lap feature. On the pole is car number 4, Everett James. On the outside is number 22 of Robert Johnson. And the field now going into their 4 abreast parade formation. So race fans here in the stands, we've got the cameras rolling for Comcast Cable Channel 10 right now. Your last time this year and the last time ever at Avilla to give the Napa IMSS Modifieds their traditional send-off. So let's give them a big wave here in the stands. Ladies and gentlemen, the Napa IMSS Modifieds, race number 41 of the 1995 season. Looking good, got the lighters out on Comcast Cable Channel 10. Now broadcasting every Saturday night at 6 o'clock, the Short Track and Show. Lots of folks coming out despite the cold weather here tonight. Good to see the great race fans in the Fort Wayne area. Lining them up now, and the white flag comes out. 1 lap and we'll go racing. 2nd row, Phil Thomas in 21. John Gatton, 89. 3rd row, 26, Tom Parrott, and car number 7 of Dave Wise. 4th row, 97, Chuck Minette, and 37, Casey Spillers. 74 of Rick Humes and Roger Terlosky in 2. Round out the top 10, Terlosky, a new track record in time trials at 14.28 seconds. There's a bad start as they come down. They get the green. The green will wave for safety, but the yellow comes out, and everybody keeps going, so we'll have to try it again. Continuing with the lineup now as they get back in position behind the top 10 that were inverted up front. Tony Neuenswander in 99 won his first ever modified race, the rookie out of the go-karts, so he'll start 11th in the feature. Outside of him, the other heat winner tonight, number 82, Glenn Coe. The 7th row is car number 4, Roger Miracle, and car number 53, of Scott Moyer. Then it's number 1 of John Rainey and number 85 of Mike Bufink. Then the winner of the last chance race, 28 Scott Coe, and number 96 of Joe Wormcastle. Then it's 39 of Terry Barnhart, 70 Jeff Snyder. Rookie driver Jason Deesh in a former Roger Terlosky car he just purchased, car number 7. And starting out back, Brian Dusty Loma on 25. So that's the lineup for the 22-car Napa IMSS 50-lapper, round number 3 of tonight's 4-round Hoosier 200. There's the green. We're racing. Good start this time. And Robert Johnson from Leesburg, Indiana, takes the lead from the outside. Johnson, a former street stock champion on the dirt at Warsaw Speedway, out front. Robert Johnson knows what it's like to race at a racetrack. It's closing. He raced at the last Warsaw Speedway race when that track was closing up. Had a sprint car at that time. Johnson leads. He'd like to finish her out here, too. Phil Thomas running in third in the second Terlosky car, the blue number 21. Johnny Gatton's never won a Napa IMSS feature. He runs second. Tom Parrott, 26, moving into 5th around Dave Wise, number 7. And he works on Everett Janes for 4th. Everett Janes, number 4, holds on to 4th place. He started on the pole. He's dropped back quickly. Now John Gatton dives to the inside for the lead. We go back up front. There's John Gatton to the inside. Lap 6, and Gatton will lead it. Boy, John Gatton's father, John Sr., has worked on a lot of race cars down through the years here at Avilla, and it would mean a lot for this team to win it on this final modified go at Avilla. Here comes Phil Thomas in 21. He's up to second. That is the second Terlosky car. He won that chassis for, we got trouble in turn number 4. Everett Janes has blown a tire. Let's see if he can get out of the way. He's got a flat left front, and the yellow is out. Yellow is out as Everett Janes in a bad spot. Eight laps in, 42 to go. John Gatton on the point, but Phil Thomas right behind, and the green is out. There's Casey Spillers. Finished tied in points with second place with Rick Humes. Casey up to 4th. Battling for 3rd place. Early leader, the 22 car of Robert Johnson. And he is underneath Robert Johnson. Side by side, Casey Spillers. Spillers looks to have the position on lap 11. Challenge for the lead up front. Phil Thomas dives to the inside up front. There it is. Phil Thomas in the new Roger Terlosky backup car. And the yellow is out for a spin at the back of the pack. Oh, a tough break for Phil Thomas as Tony Neuenswander spun mid-pack. And that brings out the second yellow with 11 laps in. And the green flag waves the race back on with 11 laps in. No, we got trouble again as 53 Scott Moyer spins. The caution is out. It all started when 39 Terry Barnhart spun out. Both 53 and 39 will go to the rear. There's the green again. The race is on. 11 laps in, 39 to go. And again, Phil Thomas in the 21 car tries to take the lead. Now, Phil Thomas is driving a backup car of Roger Terlasky. The Roger, whoa! Look out in the infield. They're trying to hit Frank Fidesen in there. Second time he's almost got tagged. 89 of John O, and the yellow is out. The yellow is out again, and we can't get this race started. Got 1 lap in on that one. There's 12 laps in, and Phil Thomas is now the leader. Well, the white flag is up again. And again, it's a restart. 3 yellows in just 12 laps on the race. Here we come for the restart, and out front now is 21. Phil Thomas, and here comes Casey Spillers down to the inside. Every time we try to tell you the story of this car, the yellow comes out. Let's see if we can get it this time. This car was won by Roger Terlasky from Lightning Chassis because he won the Eastern region of IMCA last year. They built it up late in the season, painted it blue to honor Art Terlasky, Roger's father and the car owner, on all these cars, as his cars were always blue. The old True Blue. Well, Phil Thomas has got to be the guinea pig and dial the thing in the last few weeks. And Phil said Roger's about ready to boot him out of it and get in it because, jokingly, he said, we're getting too fast. And boy, he looks good tonight. He is out front. And Phil Thomas, who the team he was with, the number 3 car, broke up early in the season, and thanks to the Terlasky family, he was able to hold on and gather points to make point money this year. Maybe on his way to winning the last modified race at Avilla. Casey Spillers runs second. Casey's got a bad push coming off turn 4. Track could change, it might come around to him. Watch the car push in turn 4. Once the front wheels don't want to turn, car wants to go right up to the wall. There's the battle for third. Tom Parrott in 26. Roger Terlasky in 2, Rick Humes in 74. 20 laps in, 30 to go, long way. This is actually the second longest race the mods run this year. They run the 100 lapper at Bear Field. The IMCA Nationals also run a 50. 2 50s earlier in the year. On a weekend, the IMSS Nationals, Napa IMSS Nationals, 50 lapper here, 50 lapper at Bear Field. So usually these guys run 30 laps. Running the big 50 tonight. Guy that's really moved up to the field is Scott Coe, number 28. Scott Coe started way back in 17th position. Meanwhile, we have a challenge for third place. Roger Terlasky to the inside of Tom Parrott. That's for third, down the front stretch. Scott Coe, we were talking about earlier while we watched this, and Terlasky is third. Started way back in 17th. He's running 7th. Now Rick Humes tries to get underneath. Tom Parrott for fourth. So there goes Humes down to the inside again. Whoa, they got together. Open wheel on open wheel, a little bouncing around. Meanwhile, Roger Terlosky is catching Casey Spillers for second. Boy, it'd be a big night for the Terlosky family. Art Terlosky in the Hall of Fame here. A big part of this track forever since it started. Art Terlosky, then his son Roger. Art retired. Chuck Roy drove a dirt track modified here and won a championship. Then Roger got the ride in the family car, so to speak. And he's a three-time Napa IMSS champion. And a lot of that because of his success right at this speedway. So the Terlosky car is running first and third. And Roger's trying to make it first and second right now in turn 4. Roger Terlosky dives down to the inside. And Roger Terlosky, that simply, boy, that was an easy-looking pass, is up to second place. And now he tries to catch his new car that's ahead of him. And about a fifth of a racetrack ahead. There's the battle for fourth. 74, Rick Humes challenging. Fourth place, 26, Tom Parrott. Lapped car in front of them. They split it. They tried to. And Parrott got the better of that deal as he goes to the outside and opens up some ground. Scott Coe is up to 6th at number 28. Scott Coe in number 28 is running in 6th. He started in 17th position. Had to make it out of the last chance race. So he's having a good ride. $15 laps to go. There's your leader, number 21. You notice they hastily added number 1 there. That was the number 2 car. And when Roger gets in, it'll go back to number 2. He'll probably have that ride next year. And that's Phil Thomas, who was the point runner-up last season. This year, his team broke up the number 3 car, and he's had all sorts of bad luck this year. Really destroyed a car down in the first turn guardrail earlier this year in an accident that was not his fault. Well, Rick Humes spun in turn 2, battling with Tom Parrott for position. That'll move everybody up one as he drops a lap back. Boy, a tough break for Rick Humes as he was battling for 4th. Put Scott Coe up to 5th from 17th. Ten laps to go for Phil Thomas of Claypool, Indiana. He's another guy that saw his local track close down. He was a stock car regular over at the Warsaw Speedway on dirt. That's where I first ran into him. And although he runs all the Napa IMSS shows, 5 tracks in all, this is kind of the series home track. Field really stretching it out. No close battles. So we'll do the rundown here, I guess. There's a battle back there for, it looks like, about 6th place. Joe Wormcastle in 96 started 18th, and he is battling for 6th. Whoa, sideways coming off turn number 4. As Wormcastle in 96, 97, Minette, and 7 Wise battle for 6th. That is for 6th place, so we do have a race on the racetrack. 3-car battle working around Mike Bufink. Five laps to go. Leader's a half a lap ahead. He's right behind these guys. He's going to get in this mess in a few laps. It'll probably be over by the time he gets in it. There he is, Phil Thomas. Lapping early leader John Gatton, who they got together battling for the lead, but Gatton races him cleanly. You often wonder if a driver might think, boy, I ought to get even there. As they did get together battling for the lead way back on lap 13. But Gatton raced him cleanly. Seen that happen a few times. 2 laps to go. White flag this time for Phil Thomas. 1 to go as the new Terlasky Blue car is about to take its first win with Phil Thomas at the wheel. About to take his first Napa IMSS win of the season. Phil Thomas wins it in 21. Roger Terlasky second and 2. Casey Spillers is third. Tom Parrott is fourth. And Scott Coe is fifth. Clear back from 17th starting position. Minette is sixth. Seventh is Wise and eighth is Wormcastle. So a big night for the Terlasky family, who have been such a big part of this racetrack since it started. Art Terlasky, Roger Terlasky, and now Phil Thomas driving the new Terlasky car that he's been shaking down and dialing in for Roger. It's the car that Roger won for being the IMCA regional champion last year. And I think Phil's got it dialed in for him. As Phil Thomas, who's fought all sorts of problems this year, including a breakup of his team, they totaled out a race car. He hung in there thanks to Art Terlasky. He kept a ride, and he wins the last one. Let's hear it for Phil Thomas. And a handshake from his teammate. And Phil Rogers saying, that's it, Phil, you're done in the car. I'm taking the blue one. And a big night for Art Terlasky, definitely, as he's been a part of this track for so many years. And how about a hand for Casey Spillers, Hall of Famer, fought a bad push to get third tonight. And Tom Parrott drove another smooth race for fourth. No motor claims, and we move on to the last race of the night. On the track now, part 2 of the final night at Avilla, the Hoosier 200. This is the fourth and final leg of the Hoosier 200. We've already run the first 3 legs, and this now, part 2 of the short track and coverage of that event, the 50-lap stock car division feature. The white flag is up, and we're ready to go for 50 laps of stock car division action. On the pole, an out-of-town visitor here, number 36, John Oliver, with Mark Smith, a local regular, on the outside. Green flag is out. This is a long one for these guys. The race is on. Mark Smith has the lead momentarily, but Oliver gets him on the inside. John Oliver, Mark Smith side by side to lead lap 1. Mark Smith has it. Mark Smith, John Oliver. Third place is Rick Jordan in 21. Smith still holds on, working a little high to the outside. This is the last actual Saturday night race ever at Avilla. There's still some Saturday afternoons to go. Time you're watching this, we'll still have 2 more to go. Probably. Through the end of October. On Saturday afternoons. And these guys will be the only stock car division running right here. 5 laps in, it's Mark Smith in front. Bud Adams, who has won 25 features, 10 in this class at Avilla. Number 3 car, trying to move up. He's boxed in traffic as Mark Smith pulls away. Brian Lindsay running in 4th there in 53. Had a good run tonight in the Stremme car. But he's about to lose an exhaust pipe out of the car. Still, Oliver holding on to second and a pack right behind him. Now Jordan to the outside of Stremme, or rather Lindsay in the car tonight. Mark Smith still leads at 11 laps. Quite a battle for second there as 36 Oliver, 53 Lindsay, 21 of Jordan, and 3 of Adams run together. And Matt Clark in 37, the fast qualifier, moving up. Trying to black flag a car here, losing a bumper on the front stretch, 84. I don't know if we ever got a name on him or not. Trouble on the front straightaway. Rick Jordan spinning and pulls right up on the edge of the racetrack to draw a yellow, which he gets, but he'll be on the back of the field. Caution waves. Mark Smith, your leader. "13 laps in. Mark Smith has led since the start, brings him around. The green is out. Bud Adams tries to get around on the outside for second. Bud Adams has second on lap 14. A familiar sight, the orange number 3 heading for the front. He started 7th. And on lap 15, he is challenging for the lead. Mark Smith holds on. Adams running in second. Oldsmobile versus Chevrolet. Bud's car's for sale. Boy, somebody could buy that thing and don't mess with it. Just buy it and race it. And Adams down to the inside. Bud Adams low. Mark Smith high. Adams has the lead on lap 17. Adams in front on lap number 17, 18 in now. The guy to keep an eye on, the little Camaro, Matt Clark in 37. Normally Camaro's not legal in this class, but this is a stock car bonanza. And the cars from New Paris and tracks Plymouth, South Bend that allow these cars, they can race, but they must run either the Hoosier tire, which is a harder compound than the McCreary's, or a street tire. So Clark's got the Hoosiers on, and he was fast qualifier. Let's see if he can catch up. 20 laps in, 30 to go. It's Adams in front. Smith in second, Clark in third, Steve Minnick Jr. in fourth, Roy Baraquillo is fifth. Guy really moving up is Rick Jordan. Restarted on the rear after spinning here on the front stretch. And let's see, he's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th right now, then Brown number 21. Well, the number 37s are right together coming off turn 4. There's Jeff Doherty moving up at number 4. Doherty up to 7th place, getting around Bobby Weisenauer. Battle shaping up for second on back as the two number 37s are closing in on Mark Smith. The Camaro number 37 there right behind Smith is Matt Clark, fast qualifier, and Steve Minnick Jr. is right behind him. Clark started 10th. Minnick started 8th, and they're both moving up in a hurry. 25 laps complete that time. That was halfway. Here comes Matt Clark to the inside of Mark Smith. And Matt Clark is second. Lap number 27, so let's see if he can run down Bud Adams. As the track gets slicker, the tires go away. That Camaro should have advantage. Bud Adams, 25 feature wins this year. 10 in this class here, 13 in this class at Bearfield, 2 in the Sportsman at Bearfield. "30 laps in, the normal feature distance still to go, so anything could happen as these cars not used to running this many laps. Matt Clark hustling through traffic. Now trying to move up is Steve Minnick Jr. as he goes down to the inside of Mark Smith. Heavy traffic ahead as they hustle into turn 1. And Steve Minnick Jr. is third. So the number 37's running second and third. Scores nightmare there. Minnick a regular here. Clark runs at New Paris. South Bend, I believe. Plymouth, possibly. Roy Baraquillo at number 10. Won this 50-lapper a couple of years ago. Bud Adams still a quarter of a lap ahead. 15 laps to go. There's the battle for second. Matt Clark in 37, Steve Minnick in 37. Back to fourth is Mark Smith. Here he comes into your picture. There's Mark. And right behind him, fifth place, Roy Baraquillo. And sixth place, Kurt Campbell. Jeff Doherty running in seventh at number 4. Eighth from the rear on that spin is Rick Jordan. Ninth is Bobby Weisenauer in 44. 10th is Lenny Logan in 99. That's about as far as I can figure it out. There's your leader, Bud Adams. Coming up on the lapped car. A couple of cars that don't normally run here. Mark Levine in 44. George Anspaugh in that 41. That's a 6-cylinder straight 6. Not a V6, a straight 6. He just lapped him, and now he laps Levine. So the top 10 cars are all that's left on the lead lap. I might have missed that 77 Goebel. He may still be on the lead lap when we did the run. No, he isn't. So I guess I wasn't wrong. That's amazing. 10 laps to go in the Saturday night life of Avilla. Lenny Logan gets lapped. He's running 10th unofficially. So Bud Adams has got the field covered. Got a battle going into turn 1, and moving up there is Rick Jordan in 21. The 42 car of Smith is running, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4th place. And number 4, Doherty, was on the lead lap. He drops out. So 5th place battle there is number 10, Baracrillo, trying to hold off number 21, Jordan. So Jordan, who had to restart on the back of the pack, has coming up in a hurry. Here comes Jordan into 5th, number 21. The drive of the night, other than the winner, Rick Jordan, spun out early in the race. Had to restart on the back, and he is up to 5th place. So Bud Adams leads it with just a few laps to go. He's in turn 1. Here he comes. There's Bud Adams. Then back to 2nd, a long way back, almost a quarter of a racetrack. Here comes 37, Matt Clark. He is 2nd. 2 laps to go. Right behind him, Steve Minnick in 37. That's 3rd. So the white flag's going to come out on the final Saturday night race at Avilla. Here it comes. Bud Adams, number 3, takes the white flag. 1 to go. Unless a white knight, as Tom Ish said in the News Sentinel, comes along. This is the last lap of Saturday night racing, a 31-year tradition. Bud Adams, your winner. Matt Clark is 2nd. Steve Minnick is 3rd. And it looks like Rick Jordan will finish 4th from the back in 21. The race for 5th at the line is Kurt Campbell. So that ends a 31-year era of Saturday night auto racing at Avilla Motor Speedway. You can still get your News Sentinel newspapers on your way out tonight, fans, as we play Auld Lang Syne. We still have 5 Saturday nights, Saturday afternoons to go. But this ends unless something major changes. Something they've been doing up here long before I was coming up, except as a little kid fan. Let's hear it for Bud Adams, your winner, win number 26. So that does it. Hope you can make it. Hope you can make it on. Well, that does it for the final night of racing at Avilla Motor Speedway. We still have the Saturday afternoons to go that you'll see on Comcast Cable Channel 10 here. But unless something major happens, that does it for Avilla Motor Speedway. I'm Jim Amstutz. Special thanks to Jack's Videotaping Service. You like a tape of this, give us a call, 478-RACE. We'll get you all set up. Okay, let's do another one. Well, that does it for part 1 of the final night of racing ever at Avilla Motor Speedway. The Hoosier 200. Tune in next week for part number 2.